Sorry.
Raphael.
I mean, honestly.
We can do this.
Come on, Raphael. Keep it down.
Hey, what's going on? I'm back here with Fireman 3 Houses, our Verdant Wind Assassins only run, where we've got some monastery stuff to do, and let's friggin' do it, man. I did half of it 2 episodes ago. Let's finish the rest of it here, get our gear all repaired and prepped up wherever we can and want to, and then we'll head up and start to do the opening cutscene to Dividing the World over on the 15th year, which means we'll also have a teaching day in between here, and we're going to want to spend all our points, and we're probably going to spend a lot of them on meals, because I think most of our motivations are pretty low. Hello!
I have lived inconspicuously these past 5 years, so as not to be discovered by the Empire.
Would they know you were a monk just by... Like, did you have to wear all your monk vestments during that whole time?
To be able to finally return to the monastery again is overwhelming.
I'm glad to hear
I
it.
hope that our brothers and sisters who ran far away will also return one day.
Sure, the ones who are still alive. Anyway, cheerio. I am in good spirits. Thank you for noticing. I'm happy because we're almost at the end of this day, and because we had an ace port with Happy, and she was so sweet and nice, and I left her.
Meeting reinforcements in the Valley of Torment seems an astute decision to me.
Yes, especially the more we talk about it in public, it just gets wiser and wiser.
In that land of oppressive heat, it is unlikely that we will be disturbed. It also means we will need to contend with those harsh conditions ourselves, however. Best ensure we are well prepared.
I'll bring a cold rag. Thanks for the advice, Edith. Look at these 2 Unuttons walking in step with one another, practicing for their power walking tournament.
It has been only 5 years, yet so much has changed. Half of the kingdom has fallen to the Empire. Skirmishes are rife throughout the Alliance. Despite such tumult, we look upon the same sky, unchanged by the storm happening beneath it.
Yeah, well, the sky's a lot more yellow these days for one reason or another. Do you wish you could return to those days?
Yes, it would be nice, I suppose. Things were simpler then. Or so they seemed to be at the time.
They did seem simple, didn't they? Except for all the stuff that wasn't simple, like the kidnappings and weird blood rites and everything. Other than that, though, it was very straightforward times we lived in. Hey.
Ailell, the Valley of Torment, lies on the border of 3 noble territories.
Daphne, Galatea, and...
The kingdom's Fraldarius and Galatea families, and the Alliance's Daphno family.
Well, Fraldarius is a Empire opposer, right? So we should be alright there.
Fraldarius lands to the north. The former Kingdom Army and new Duke's Army are fighting.
Okay, so it's a bit contested still, that land. I see.
The bridge that links Alliance and Empire lands is currently under the occupation of the Imperial Army. In other words, the Empire can choose to invade the Alliance whenever they wish.
Yeah, I don't love
I
that.
want you to understand that my father does not support the Empire to antagonize House Regan. He does it to deprive them of an easy excuse to cross that bridge.
So it really is helping us, actually. Good point there.
We've heard people talk about the hero of Daphne. If the stories of her courage are true, no one will be able to stand against us.
I'd like to think they
In
are.
different circumstances, I'd have wanted to try crossing swords with her.
I know you would,
Right now,
Catherine.
we have to focus on getting to those reinforcements. Let's hope nothing goes wrong.
Indeed. Way to jinx us, by the way. If anything goes wrong, I'll be blaming you first.
What?
I said if anything... Never mind. Annie and Ingrid. Hello?
My family, the Galateas, are an offshoot of the Daphno family. The family split in half, and 2 brothers quarreled over an inheritance. Despite blood relations, the families lived apart from one another, so the relationship has been distant and somewhat estranged. I'm not so much acquainted with Judith, the head of House Daphno.
Is it going to be awkward? Because you don't have to come.
Professor, how did Claude and Judith know each other?
I'm still working that one out.
I hear there are still quarrels within the Alliance. This generous offer of soldiers and supplies seems a little too good to be true. I mean, it's also really impressive, but I'm just a little worried, I suppose.
I'm glad. Because everyone else seems to think it's a superb idea that will be so safe to do, especially if we keep talking about it in the open. And I'm not sure I agree about that.
It seems some of our friends believe that if we get those reinforcements, we'll be set for provisions.
Raphael certainly believes it.
But I think it's best not to hold our breath on the food front. With the added headcount from the reinforcements, there will be even more mouths to feed.
Maybe right about that. So you're saying I should stop growing only ambrosia in the greenhouse? Well, not gonna happen, so tough luck there. When it says fish and mystery in the pond, I think that means you can catch Fodlandees today, or goddess messengers, or something rare anyways. Not bad for gold, obviously. In fact, better than any of the silver and gold ones. But I think I'd still rather save my bait and everything for the Fistfuls Day, because I could also get some pretty solid renown, come to think of it.
Professor?
Hey! Hey!
There are enemy spies around. Remain vigilant.
Mhm.
Capture anyone who seems suspicious.
Well, I tried, but Claude just shot him and then he died. Or whoever killed him. Maybe it was me. No, it was Raphael. Who killed Randolph? I can't remember. Alright, I will.
I'm glad you understand. I'm counting on you.
Petra,
Since the past, I have learned much of the language of Fodlan.
I noticed.
But speaking the Fodlan language still gives me difficulty.
It's alright, everyone understands
I
you.
can understand, read, and write with nearly perfection now. But understanding and speaking are fruits of a different color.
More than I can say for my grasp of the Brigid language. It's part of your charm.
I have gratitude for you, Professor. I hope that I will have fluency one day.
I'm certain. Considering how many phrases you've already perfected. Bernie Bear?
Ailell, the Valley of Torment? What kind of a name for a place is that?
I know, it is pretty grim, isn't it? It's just like, this is a bad place. That's what they should have called it.
Sounds scary. Do I really have to go with you?
Not if you don't want.
Here's an idea. Maybe let the recluse stay home and hold the fort.
Sure, if you want. You've been benched, my friend, so it's probably gonna happen. Raphael! Aw, man, you're at the back of the line.
Sharing her food with us for nothing in return? Judith really is a great person.
I'm not sure it's for nothing. I think we're still trying to, like, win the war for her. I think she wants that for us. Hence why she's giving us supplies and stuff.
She's more like a goddess than the goddess is.
Things you shouldn't say in the middle of a church for 100, Alex. She is very much like a goddess.
I never met her, so I don't know for sure. But she must be beautiful and kind.
And built. Don't forget built. She's strong. The hunting festival is today. That sounds like a good time for us, of those of us who want supports up, which would be motivations up is what I meant, which would be you two. But definitely want to prioritize our mages, of course, but we want to probably get everyone's support up, motivation up, damn it. If we are going to be doing 2 battle days in a row, which I think we probably are. Grand! Give us a preface level point experience as well. Sorry, so of our party, we still need Marianne. Oh wait, really? It's just Marianne and Petra. They're the only two who are in our party who are not at max motivation. Is that it? All we gotta do is find one that they both like. All these hunting ones are especially powerful today, although I guess Marianne's not much of a meat eater. The two actually do seem to have somewhat opposite tastes, don't they? Well, does Marianne tolerate any of the meat ones? Because if she does, then we might as well have her bring her with one of them, because then she's still getting a boon from it from the hunting festival thing. Want to be sure to save a carrot for those Albanian berries quest we gotta turn in, so I guess we probably shouldn't be doing this one, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because Marianne seems to be okay with it. Never mind, this is the one she hates. My mistake, let's do a different one. Daphne stew. She's alright with that. And hunting festival means its effects are enhanced, and she might be at max motivation, or at least 3 anyway. It'd probably be alright.
I would be liking that greatly.
I'm sorry. I know I'm boring company.
No, you aren't, Marianne. Do not worry about it for a second. Oh, she is at max. Okay, it's probably partially in, thanks to the hunting festival. That's actually everyone in our main party who is at max motivation now. Sweet. And we can spend the rest of the points on getting my skills up. Heck yeah. Let's. Oh, hello. Free something. Right through. Petra, what can you teach me? Flying, I think, maybe is a thing? Yeah. I could also get a bit of my bow up as it goes on here, because killer bows would be good. Oh, I should definitely stock up on some of them. We're a bit broke right now, so I won't. But, when we got the money, like when we get that Fistfuls of Fish Day finally, I'm probably going to want to stock up on killer weapons of all variety where I can help it. Claude can teach me flying, that's for sure. Thank you. He can also teach me sword, but I think this is more pressing. Is there anything I'm going to sacrifice for alert stance? It would probably be... I see, I could give up bows altogether because I've got ranged attacks with my Sublime Creator Sword. It's just that that's a lot harder to come by, and we have... I can still do pretty good damage with the training bow. Is it Sublime Creator Sword is weight of 7? Training bow is faster anyway. So I probably do want to keep the bow prowess. I mean, I could probably get rid of close counter or health +5 in favor of alert stance. Assuming at some point down the line I want to get sword fair or sword crit for me in here, I could. Well, I guess I could replace all 3. Really, I could still use a bow even if I don't have sword prowess. It's just I'll be slightly suckier with it. I could go for sword fair, sword crit, and then alert stance. That might be a thing. Really kick up my damage with the Creator Sword as well for any last bosses where it might be difficult. Although the last boss of this run, according to me, is the easiest one in the game. Oh my golly, I never did talk to everyone up in the 2nd floor. What a foolish fool I was being, foolishly.
The Valley of Torment. I'd heard of it, but I never expected to go there.
Will you be painting when we're there?
I wonder
Your
what
paint
the
will
landscape is
drip
like.
off the canvas. The heat. Sounds dangerous.
It probably is dangerous, but I still want to get there and see it as soon as I can.
Oh, don't worry. End of the month will happen whether we like it or not. Mercy!
We may not be students anymore, but it's still important to read. We might even learn something that's useful for our next battle.
I suppose so. Studying is important.
I couldn't agree more. I hope the Officers' Academy reopens when the war's over. It's a shame the monastery was ruined, but
At least the books are still intact.
At least, although I don't know that we're going to find tons helpful about how to traverse Ailell, the Valley of Torment, where the goddess's enemies were supposed to have burned alive in the olden days. In the church, of all places. Hanneman?
Indeed. The monastery repairs have made solid progress. Most excellent news. When we first returned here, I was unsure what we were going to do with the ruins of this place. But if we can get the cathedral rebuilt, we'll have it looking just like old times soon enough.
Again, no estimate on when that's going to happen, though. That sounds like it'll be hard.
Hearing that an old student has died cuts me right to the heart.
And I'm afraid you're going to be hearing it a bit more as we go on. Who knows how many of these nameless soldiers we're cutting down were students 5 years ago.
As this war with the Empire continues, we'll see more of it, Professor.
Sorry.
We have a duty to
Doesn't make me happy either.
alongside our former students. We taught them how to fight after all. Now, let's help them win.
On the topic of teaching and such, could you teach me how to fight now? Thank you. Right. Are there two people standing here?
Hello.
There are.
With the Fargus dukedom in place, the kingdom is essentially no more. The majority of the lords who once belonged to the kingdom are now under the jurisdiction of the Empire.
The majority, though, so there's still a chance.
Even the houses that haven't bent a knee yet, like House Frildarius, will soon be crushed. It's only a matter of time.
It's fine. Claude will just take over.
I didn't think
He's
we'd
good at
end up
that.
Fighting Randolph. He's my uncle. Well, not by blood, so I guess I can handle it.
I'm sorry. Period. But also, that's a really sad thing to say. I'm still worried about you.
Don't worry about me. I'm ready for anything.
Well, clearly, since we just killed your uncle. I mean, anyway. Oh, Marianne's hanging out in the dorm floor. Hi.
Valley of Torment. Valley of Torment.
Something wrong?
I once read a book full of legends surrounding Ailell, but I can't seem to remember.
Probably best you don't. I'm not sure it's going to be anything good that we're going to want to know before we go in there. I think it'll only be things that'll make us upset. It is sweet, if a little sad, like they were saying. Like, there are some elements of this monastery that have just been frozen in time. Like, you can still go into Edelgard's room and it still describes it as such. And I imagine most of us who had a room back then are still living in the same room. Like, we've all gone back to sleep in the same rooms we were 5 years ago. Probably some of us are doubling up now that we also have, like, barracks of an entire army to house as well, but they're probably also taking up residence in the nearby villages as well. Ingrid could probably teach us some flying, right? Not high level enough, I guess. Perhaps we've superseded her then. She was one of the first ones we recruited, if I'm not mistaken. You could teach me some more brawling, though, so let's go for that. Oh, and Catherine, wherever the heck she is. Sedith can probably teach me some flying. I like so. The heck is Catherine, anyway? Oh, there she is. Reception hall. Yes, hello, my friend, and my last point I shall spend on you teaching me how to punch better and good. Sweet, we got a grade on it. We're near to a healing focus for Hoppy, and, when is it that Claude got? Claude got, his Buller stance because he just hit flying of B, right? So I guess we're close to that as well. Probably spending a lot of points on that in the future as this goes on. Look at me, I've cut to you like across the board. Sweet, so I guess it's time for us to head the heck out. In terms of the quests we have now, they're all, there's battle quest, get those berries I don't have, battles. Okay, cool. So nothing more needs doing there, and I think we're good to set on out here. Let me just check my resources one last time. Oh, hello, Arcane Crystal, Black Sand Steel. I've only got 2, oh dear. Yeah, I'm a bit too broke to really be too fussy with it. Oh, I've got some bullions. Haven't I? Got 1 anyway. I may as well get rid of the old concoctions. 3 leather shields seems a bit much. I probably shouldn't have done that. We might have wanted them sometime. Don't really need quite this many. Oh, we have 2 iron gauntlets that are at 17 durability. We probably got them both in the garbage. Don't need quite this number of old gauntlets. Blessed, but we may want at some point. This is a lot of training bows that we don't really need to hang around with. Steel bows as well. We're not doing much with them anymore. Hilda's already got a hammer. Oh yes, the lances, we can get rid of these. The silver lance, the brave lance, don't really need them much at all. Steel sword we can probably get rid of. Good. Oh, never replenished after all that. Let's do that also. Could forge Raphael's silver bow to the silver bow plus. That's probably a good idea to do before anything else. Let's do that. I've given you a steel bow instead of a silver one for some reason. Ah, your bow isn't high enough for silver. Gotcha. You can't wield a silver axe, so I won't do yours just yet. Hilda. Wodow to Wodow plus. We need more resources than we have. Killing edge to Wodow, ditto there. But we do already have a Wodow in our inventory. I guess I had that on me or something. So you may as well put that killing edge away in favor of the Woda that we do have. So really, I shouldn't actually put too much effort on repairs here if I want to be saving some money and resources anyway. I'll only do the ones that are absolutely really necessary, so not this one. Fail not sure took a beating. It's also Umbral Steel, right? Yeah, it's basically the same to repair as the Creator Sword, which ain't so bad. Mostly we're pretty good here. I should pass those Killer Knuckles to someone. Probably Leonie is the one that makes the most sense. Can you spare anything more? You've got Healing Focus now, so yeah, you can spare them concoction there. Good. I think it's time for us to head out. Oh, not before we grab this earthworm off a bag. And we're off! Quests have been picked up, things have been motivated, and teaching is happening. Okay, everyone. Our goals for today are to punch some more things, starting with all our mages as per usual, but we won't be doing that for too much longer, because you guys are nearly at A with all this stuff. Hells yeah. Superb work. Almost there to B+. We hitting B+ today. We hitting B+ today, folks. We hitting B+ today. Boosh.
Now to apply this knowledge.
Sweet. And happy darling list. Yes. Oh, are we hitting B+ with you as well today? Oh my golly. My gosh golly. My gosh golly gracious.
Thanks for...
Not this particular day anyway, but soon enough in your teachings of yourself. And anyone else who's not at max brawling there who we need, such as Lauren's here, is next priority. Petra would be an awesome person to have healing focus on, so can't wait for this. Yes, good work. Man, you guys are racing up towards it. Oh, Hilda no longer needs to study brawling because she's got healing focus there, so go for axe and then either sword or bow. Yeah, sword. And finally, with our last two activity points, teaching points, whatever they're called, probably want to be bumping someone's flying. Yeah, probably Claude, we want to be getting that up as soon as possible. The sooner he has that, the sooner he is damn near unstoppable, so that we want. It's A+ you need for Alert Stance Plus, we think, but, I mean, he's rocketing towards that as well. You can also teach Catherine something. Nah, it's fine. Probably better to go for Leonie's flying. The things that we're not gonna be getting in normal actual combat are usually what I prioritize. Slash, I also should have been raising someone's authority probably because that's been a concern of ours of late. Nevertheless, you two are still learning flying pretty well. Off you go, friends.
Question, Professor.
Please! I'm glad they had someone who had low motivation to come ask us. People call Captain Geralt the Blade Breaker. I figure if I want to be a top-tier mercenary like him, I'm gonna need a tough-sounding title of my own. Help me out? The Raging Bear?
You think so?
Why not? What was the other one? The Woodland, there was the Woodland Sprite and then the Executioner. Raging Bear is the coolest of those three by far. The Executioner just sounds like you have a really lame day job where you read people their last rites and then cut their head off. A noble must know how to ride a horse, to be certain, and should know how to wield a lance, as that is the most obvious weapon of choice for a rider. As a noble among nobles, it seems natural that I focus on these two skills. No. And away we go! Probably won't be any more supports with me out of all of a sudden, since we just did a whole bunch of those and I haven't got many more supports I need. So, Claude and Petra, how'd you get on?
Let's show them the power we've acquired.
We will be doing the best.
And did you do the best? We shall now
We
see.
had a great result.
You did the best. More money and smithing stones for us. Hot swiggity diggity.
I've got the gist of it now.
Ward arrow, neat.
I have much expertise now.
Ah, Lord Stance, you finally got that. Nice.
I'm almost tired of learning new things.
Yes. Progress is immaculate. Pun not intended. We've always called for special exams. These are like the DLC ones. Oh, do you need to be level 30 for them? No, you need to be level 20. Oh, I probably just didn't have anyone with the right skills. Wow, Warwick is a cool outfit, though. And Trickster kind of works for Claude. I guess it was probably Petra then? Is she at level that? Did she just get enough flying? Who can suddenly take one of those? Marianne can now take Warmonk because she rose in brawling, I guess. Awesome, but I don't think so. It is neat that you get Fist Fair and Unarmed Combat for this one, though. And it's not a gender-locked class. I believe that's the only one you get Fist Fair and Unarmed Combat as for female units. I want to, before I forget, put Alert Stance onto Petra. Over... Ooh, yeah, probably over Close Counter, because we're not usually loading you up with, like, tons of super strong bows. But we probably do want you to keep with Bow Prowess for as long as we can help it. Slash, you already have Lethality. Sorry, Bow Prowess. Lethality and Alert Stance are the two we're gonna have on now. Anyone else? Oh yeah, Ignatz also just got Lethality, didn't he? How many people have like gotten Lethality that I've like neglected to actually put it on? Ooh, this is a tricky one because like the double rally that we've been able to have you have is pretty sweet. And Close Counter seems an obvious choice for you, even though we're gonna try and keep you out of harm's way for the most part. It might be Speed +2 that we're ditching here. What's your speed otherwise? It's 30. It's not bad. You'll probably be alright. You're not gonna, like... The speed +2 is probably not gonna, like, save you from death all that much, I wouldn't think. What's this ward arrow I hear so much of? No extra accuracy, but prevents the enemy... Oh, it seals magic? Oh, that's kind of sick. But if it's a mage and you're shooting them, because you're a support class, if I'm going to be shooting them with you, it means someone else is nearby enough that they could probably just beat them up anyway. So not really worth putting on for us, I don't think. Oh, and because I'm curious, I'm not going to actually do a seminar here, but what are all the seminars we can lead here? Begin a seminar on group tactics and Gerald's mercenary fighting style. Claude says, begin a seminar on utilizing archery for surprise attacks and raids and approach cultivated in Alliance territories. Raphael has begun a seminar on a fighting style that focuses on dominating the enemy with pure, strong, well-fed muscle. Ignatz has begun a seminar focusing on honing combat form through repeated motions as outlined in the assigned textbooks. Marianne has begun a seminar on the use of magic as a healing tool and swords as a mean of defense. Begin a seminar on the effects of crests on one's magical skills as discovered from personal and independent research. Begin a seminar on a fighting style focusing on moving one's sword with the grace of a dancer and casting magic with the poise of a diva. Oh yeah, I guess our DLC people will have them, and I would never have seen those before. Begin a seminar on the daring and resolute sword and axe fighting styles developed on the Abridged Archipelago. Begin a seminar on self-taught fighting style that combines sword and hand-to-hand skills. Begin a seminar on connecting with other people and helping them explore how using magic might best suit them personally. That's very sweet. Begin a seminar that is designed to help with magic and axe skills simply using the power of suggestion. Begin a seminar on a fighting style that will have one standing up to enemies as equals no matter how big or brutish they may be. Ancient Fodlan fighting style using lance skills. Both reason and bow skills from an esteemed professor of the monastery and leading crest scholar in Fodlan. Faith and sword skills from a beloved professor of the monastery and a former songstress. Fighting style developed by the Knights of Saros that utilizes axes and gauntlets. Fighting style in which practitioners dominate their opponent using improvised sword melee techniques. Fighting styles designed for special situations such as firing a bow from a long distance or battling in the dark. Developed over many years of training that uses axes and bows. Sword and bow skills learned through unavoidable confrontations in the life of a business entrepreneur. Oh, the wolves don't have any, actually. But anyway, to battle, and I think I was right before in saying that dividing the world is what we should do. And I suppose the episode after this will be finishing off this and then doing another battle day of which will be like this one and then one of these. So let's hear it! We're gonna be heading into Alliance territory anyway to fix things. We may as well keep these bandits at bay.
Hey, Professor. I might have to go back home for a little while.
Long enough that you won't be coming to Ailell? It'll be so fun, though. Is there some kind of emergency?
Well, that's one way of putting it. The Almiran forces are causing trouble at Fodlan's Locket. Oh, do you know where that is?
East.
Well, the mountain range that separates the Alliance from Almyra is called Fodlan's Throat.
Not to worry, Claude talked my ear off about it a few nights ago.
There's a fortress right on top of the throat, and they call that Fodlan's Locket.
So you're going to help to defend it?
Well, yeah, you could say that. I'm sure my brother would be able to handle them on his own, but he said he really wants me to help out. I guess he's a bit tired out from all his hard work. Anyway, our dad's not as sprightly as he used to be. He's not up for a fight. Apparently it would look bad if we left it to the retainers. I really don't want to go, but I guess I have to.
I wonder what Claude will think about all this.
Well, I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking.
Oh, what's up, Cyril?
You're gonna fight the Almirans, yeah?
Yes, but it's nothing you need to worry about, Cyril.
It's not that. I was just wondering if maybe I could go along with you.
Maybe you could.
You'd be fighting people from your homeland. Do you really want to do that?
None of them would remember me anyway. It's just that I got captured in the battle at the Locket, and that's how I ended up here. So I'm kind of worried that other kids who lose their folks might not be so lucky.
Well, let's hope they didn't bring any kids. What do you mean?
Before Lady Rhea took me in, I had a real hard time as a servant of House Goneril.
Hilda's just like...
I'm sorry to hear that, but it's not like I'll go around snapping up Almiran children.
That's good, but I want to see things for myself, so I know that everything's okay.
He's allowed to come, isn't he, Hilda?
Well then, let's go together. Oh, would you want to join us, Professor?
I probably should. Cyril's been benched.
There,
And you're not our sturdiest frontline person.
Fierce Almirans.
Hey, easy. He's right there.
Really great. We'd all feel way safer if you did.
And also don't say that in general. I'll come with you.
Great. I know we'll be okay if you're there. Let's head out right away.
It's supposed to only be suggested level 23, so we should be fine, right? Come what may. May as well not even try. We should just auto-battle it, really. I bet Claude will have some serious thoughts about this mission. I wonder if you bring him if he has any special dialogue at certain points. Probably, right? Who just did a flip on the front there? Was that you, Hilda? Silly Hilda. Like maybe if Claude talks to the boss, something happens? I'm not sure. I probably wouldn't want to bring him anyway just because there's all kinds of cover here and it just would be too tantalizing to pass up. But let's set up who else we're going to bring and then we can end this episode off right here, right prepared to start this battle, which should be not too horribly difficult. Let's see the boss's power. Yeah, I mean, the boss's speed is only 23. Some fierce physical fighters in here, especially as a bunch of them have Swordbreaker, but stats-wise, they are a fair bit below our level, I would say. Oh, there's a big bird! There are a few Gondor soldiers hanging out in the middle here, and we have to send... Cyril has to go out in the middle here, which is a little unfortunate. Probably we'll just try and hide him away as best we can throughout this mission. But other than that, I guess we can treat it... Well, there's not much point in treating it as a training mission, I suppose, if we're so over-leveled that we're not going to get much experience. So we won't be able to bring 2 other people, because one of our slots is taken up with Cyril here. Probably do want Happy for tanking, though, so perhaps we can leave behind Lawrence in favor of her. And Raphael, maybe we can bring over Ignos, because its support doesn't seem like it'll be quite as useful as necessary here, since we're going to be pretty over-leveled from everyone. And let's see who we're bringing support-wise. Let's say bring Hanneman with you, why don't you? I don't think I've ever seen that. I can guess what it's about, but I haven't seen it. Do not equip magic. Equip your sword. Silly Hanneman. Ignos has supports with Ingrid. That ought to be interesting. She's into books and he's into art. Maybe there's something there. Ignos also has one with Shamir. Shamir's also like kind of an honorary deer, isn't she? She's got Claude, Raphael, Ignos, and Leone supports. All right, we're not bringing Ignos, though. Claude and Shamir, I'm not sure I've ever seen that one. Mercy and Lawrence is I remember being a funny one. We're not bringing him either. I guess I'll just bring one of the wolves with me. Yuri, get over here. Don't equip magic. All right, now as for who's going on which side, okay, neat. Raphael and Happy here for some serious physical bulk and physical tankiness seems like a good idea, because we have so few people on this side, but we probably also want a bit of damage variety, so I'm thinking either we bring Ignots for his... Oh, he's not here. Sorry. Bring a mage anyway is what I'm thinking. So maybe we bring, let's bring Marianne over there. Yeah, that's probably good. It's a rout or defeat commander. It's rout. Okay. So we lose if anyone dies, obviously. But we also lose if they capture the defended location, which I assume is going to be here. Or if all 3 of these Gonrol soldiers die. Interesting. Well, that should be pretty easy to avoid, I reckon, with the way we can all move through the woods pretty easily. So we're off to do that next episode, so thank you so very much for coming around to this one. The next video going up the channel, however, is an odd little sort of side thing. You may recall, if you spent your time on YouTube in the past 10 years or so, there was a bit of a stint where everyone was doing these videos on Would You Rather. And I recently had an unlocked memory just bloom in my brain about it. And I was like, oh, that's fun, and I realized I'd never done such a video, so I thought it would be fun if we went and did that. Afterwards will be some more 5-on-3 Houses of Verdant Assassins we'll be taking on Dividing the World, which looks like it's going to be not too difficult. But that is all for now, so thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! That means they had already been in the treasure room. Right. After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the two couple tried to escape. But then Mr. Roll here is making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then being able to store him at the other end of the hallway.